Hey guys, Darkness X here, and today, thanks to a request from a Twitter user named Corey Goober or whatever the heck they're called, to do a top 10 list on my most wanted death battles, as in the death battles I would like to see. So, before we start, just notes all of these are personal opinions. Opinions. You've been on the internet. You know what opinions are. If you have completely different opinions to me, that is totally fine. I will respect your right to have a different opinion as long as you respect my right to differ. So, without further ado, let's get into the list. I'ma do this shit until they murder me. Number 10. Morbius versus ManBat. This is a Marvel versus DC matchup that involved two brilliant scientists who created experiments to help them with their conditions, but ended up turning them into these monstrous beings. Specifically, Dr. Michael Morbius and Dr. Robert Kirkland. They became the they become monstrous beings thanks to experiments gone wrong, all just to help them with their illnesses, basically. This is number 10 because, well, I like the idea of Morbius versus ManBat as like another one of those Halloween themed death battles like vampires, but the thing is, we already got Alucard versus Dio, so I highly doubt they're gonna do another one. However, this is another good Marvel vs. DC matchup, which is Halloween themed. My next one up is Ghost Rider versus Spawn. Now to be fair, this is a death battle I would legitimately like to see. These two were humans who ended up making a deal with the devil, giving them the powers that they have, like they are so similar. I could make a whole video listing out some similarities between, like, Jonathan Blaze and Albert Simmons, you know. But that's for another time. For now, this matchup is legitimately a death battle I would like to see, but Next up, Joseph Joestar versus Edward Elric. This is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure matchup. And in case you don't know, I'm not saying I'm a fan, but I like Bleach and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I legitimately like both of these series. While I'm not trying to claim I'm a fan, in fact, I don't think I hardly even kept up with them, I can at least say I enjoy the series. So, this could be a place of bias, but legitimately, this is a matchup I would like to see. So, there's that. So naturally, my follow-up is Yoshikage Kiddo versus Todo Itachi at number 7. So, a little-known thing, Persona, many could say, borrows elements from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Mainly the personas themselves, which, well, any random schmuck would know that these are inspired by JoJo stans. But then Persona 4 came out and everything changed. They borrowed a lot of elements from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable, which, whether you want to call it a ripoff, simple, or just great minds thinking alike, it's very clear that they borrowed a lot of elements from it, which naturally birthed this matchup. They are serial killers in rural Japanese towns that you know I lost my train of thought. Shit. So yeah, this is, I really would like to see this matchup on Death Battle, but obviously it would be interesting to see Persona versus JoJo's fight each other. Obviously there's fucking Giorno versus Joker, but not really into that. This is the matchup I would rather to see. It's also Minato Arisato versus Neku Sakuraba, but like I said, this is the death battle I would legitimately like to see. Number 6, Dormammu versus Trigon. This is a death battle I would legitimately want to see. I don't know the exact connection, and I don't really know the characters all too well, but these characters can provide a very epic battle. But then again, Thanos versus Darkseid happened, and they completely fucked up. But like they have proven, they can get their heads out of their own asses and deliver something perfect. So I'm hopeful for Dormammu versus Trigon to be an epic demonic battle. That's the connections. Demonic beings from hell. They're big as hell. And big as hell. What a word, huh? Anyways, next up on the list. Number 5. Now, this matchup is really only here just because I find it interesting. Shuma Gorath versus Cthulhu. Now, from what I understand, Cthulhu is not just a giant fucking monster. It's a being that is beyond the concept of infinity. And if it was to come on to Death Battle, it should have a matchup that shouldn't treat it like it's just a monster. It should also treat it like the being that it is. So what I understand, Shuma Gorath is the perfect fit for that. So that's perfect. It works. So that's all I can say about it. I find the matchup interesting, is the point of trying to say. Number 4. This is a matchup that I would still like Death Battle to do, but it's something that I have that has honestly died out over time for me. Kratos versus Dante. I still like the matchup, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up doing it, because if this gets confirmed, that'll be great. I would like to see it, but the hype of it has slowly died for me. Now it's gonna be predetermined bias. But hey, I can't be mad at this matchup. It's the son of Sparta versus the ghost of Sparta. That's perfect. And also, I would like to see how both of their personalities would clash each other. let's go on to the next one. At number 3, Shinra Kusakabe versus Katsuki Bakugo. Well, I don't know the connection for these two, aside from the fact that they can create fire explosion type shit. I feel like there's a lot of potential with this matchup. Yeah, really, I just find this matchup cool. Like Mamu versus Trigon. I really don't care for the characters. Okay, aside from Bakugo, because, you know, he is similar. I think he's more like similar to Midoriya, because, like, you know, they both have goals to become heroes. But the thing is, Bakugo, can you blame Bakugo for being as arrogant as he is? He is arrogant because he knows full and well that Izuku Midoriya was born without a quirk. Meanwhile, he was. And it's pretty OP too. Creating explosions with your sweat is pretty overpowered, if you do ask me. And he knows it. This is why he's this cocky. But then when he discovered Izuku does have a quirk, his confidence shatters. Now he knows that he can't be this over cocky, you know, like, that's just my opinion on Bakugo. I really never seen much of this anime, but that's what I like to think. Anyways, this matchup, it can be cool. Next one. Now, number 2 and number 1 are tied for each other. The thing is, both of them are absolute matchups I would like to see. They are Akuma versus Kenpachi and Zengetu versus Sakuna. These two are the Bleach matchups I would absolutely fucking love to see in Death Battle. Now, while I do like them both equally, I need to split hairs for this. And the thing is, Akuma already had his spot on Death Battle twice already. Sure, the first one was in the first season, but the second one was recently in season 8. Which is a shame because it's terrible. Well, okay, the analysis is great, but the fight, boo-boo. And admittedly, Akuma got represented well. The whole thing just looks ass. And it's unfortunate for Akuma that that's the case, but I hope someday they will do Akuma versus Kenpachi. The next one up. Now, of course, Zengetu versus Sakuna. These two are the manifestation of the powers of the main characters of their respective series. Like, Zengetu is the fusion of Ichigo, Shinigami, and the Hollow powers, and Sakuna literally appeared after Yuji ate his fingers, which is disgusting, but, you know. But these two, this is an underrated matchup, and honestly, it should be considered a death battle because it works just as well as Ashura versus Sakuna. That's all I could say about it, honestly. But it's still a matchup worth bringing into death battle, making this the number 1 death battle I would like to see. So, did you like my list? Well, too bad. Opinions, bitch. Peace out.